guys, welcome to our video on making scatter plots in the calculator, some calculator notes. So you can go ahead and write these notes down first while we try something on the calculator. There's going to be a few more steps I'm going to just say that won't be in the calculator or that I won't write down over here, only because it's just kind of stuff to check or whatever. But to start off, if you are on the home screen of your calculator, it looks like this. And you can always get back there by doing second and then quit. And something you may or may not know about the calculators is that you see all of the words written in blue above the buttons. In order to make that function happen, you have to hit the second button and then that function. So I'm hitting second and quit. And no matter where you are, that'll get you back to the home page. All right? So we're going to make a scatter plot today on the calculator. And the very first thing I want you to do is hit stat and then enter. And in the notes, every time, sorry you guys, but in the notes, every time something is in a box like this, that means that's an actual button. And then this side right here, this arrow, that arrow means enter, okay? So if we go back to the calculator, if we hit stat, here's the stat button right here. I'm circling it with my mouse. Stat, and then enter. And when I hit enter, it's going to go to this edit function here, number 1. And I'm going to hit enter right there. And that's going to come up with this list of lists. L1 means list number 1. L2 means list number 2. So the second step over here is to enter your data. And we're going to enter it into the lists, right? So I'm going to put into lists over here, okay? Into the lists. So let's just pick some random data. How about I pick like some, and we're going to be doing this in class, like a couple of points that represent height and shoe size. So I'm 5'4", but let's do inches. 5 feet is 60 inches, so 5'4" is 64 inches. So I'm going to hit 64 and then enter. And then I need this arrow button here. Right arrow over to list 2. I'm 6'4", I'm 5'4", which is 64 inches, and my shoe size is a 6. I have small feet. Okay? My sister is only 62 inches, right? Enter. But she wears a size 8.5. She has big feet. Bigger feet for somebody that short, I think. Okay? And my niece is only 5'1", so she's 61 inches. And her shoe size is the same as mine, a size, whoops, enter. Her shoe size is also a size 6. Okay? Enter. Now, here is something very important, you guys. You need to have the exact same amount of data in list 1 that you have in list 2 because they match up perfectly, right? These are coordinate points, all right? If we go over to list 3, I want to show you how to clear something out also. If I do, I'm just going to enter in some random numbers here. So say you open up your calculator and your list has a ton of numbers in there because nobody cleared it out. I would like you to go to the top so now I have it highlighted where it says list 3, and I'm going to hit clear, this button right here, and then enter. Okay? So now that's cleared out of there. Now the next step over here is to hit, the second button, and then the Y equals button. So we hit second after we have our data in there. You hit second Y equals, but before we do that, I'm just going to tell you, if you just hit the Y equals button, there may be an equation in here. You need to clear all of that out before you create your scatter plot. So if you're on your calculator right now, I want you to go into the Y equals. I want you to hit clear. And then I want you to hit enter. On each one that has something, if there's a number in there, I want you to hit clear and then enter. So we clear that out. So now let's do step number 3. We hit second and the Y equals button, and that'll bring us here. And ideally, these should all be off. But let's go into number 1. It doesn't matter which one you use. Go into number 1. And you see the highlighter? I'm going to right arrow and left arrow, and it goes back between on and off. We want to turn it on if it's off. So make sure the highlighter is on, and then hit enter. Okay, so it's blinking on the on button. Then arrow down. And we are creating a scatter plot. That's that first one. So make sure you can switch between all of these different plots. But we really want the first one, which is the scatter plot. So make sure it's blinking on the scatter plot. And then hit enter. Okay. Then arrow down. You need to remember which lists you used. You probably just used lists L1 and L2. So this is asking, do you want to put, which list do you want to put your X data in? That's going to be your X variable on your X axis. And let's go ahead and do the height. I put my height into list 1. So this is already set up correctly. If you need to change that, if you put it into list 4, you hit the second button. And then I think number 4 is list 4. If you used list 5, hit the second button and then list 5. But I put mine into list 1 and list 2, so it's set up correctly. Arrow down. Okay, and you can change this one just the same, but mine's already set up correctly. What do I want the mark to show up as on the graph? And the first one is the easiest one to see. You can make it a plus, you can make it a baby mark. If you are using one of the white calculators that we have in class, it'll also let you choose a color to use. So make sure you choose the color you want. Once you have reached this point, we're doing number 4, setting up your graph right here. That's what we just did. Then step 5, it says, is you hit zoom and then zoom stat. Whenever you are graphing data that you have entered in, you need to do zoom stat. It's going to give you the best setup. So where is that? Zoom, and then I can arrow down to zoom stat, and it's 9. Then hit enter. Okay, and there's the 3 points that we put in. So this is our height. So here is me. I'm the tallest, right? And I have a small shoe size. Here's my sister. She's shorter, but she has a larger shoe size. And here's my niece. She's the shortest, and she has the same size shoe as I do. Okay? So there's our scatter plot. Yours might be in a different color or look cooler. The x-axis represents the height. The y-axis represents the shoe size. Whenever we are done with data, I want you to practice going back in, stat, enter, and clearing it out for the next person, just like we like to log off for the next person, right? Clear, enter. Okay, now I can get back to that home screen, remember? Second quit to get back to the home screen, and we are all set. So make sure you have everything written down. If you want to add anything to it, please do that. And make sure this is in your table of contents so that you know where it is. I will talk to you soon, all right? Might be standing right in front of you.